Welcome back to Real Estate 101. Today we're going to continue our discussion on mortgage financing and talk a little bit about what is the mortgage checklist, and I'm pleased to be joined by Tracey Brock of Dominion Lending Centers. Tracey, welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, Tracey, so what is a mortgage checklist?
What a mortgage checklist is basically is the step-by-step process of getting a mortgage before you even start looking for a home. It's deciding, what you can afford, what your risk tolerance is, and it's just the whole picture about what actually a mortgage is. And it allows you to really get an understanding of what you're getting yourself into. And a mortgage broker is the person that helps you with that.
Okay, so what exactly do you or do mortgage brokers do to help?
Well, the key to helping anybody in any situation is really listening, and that's what I try to make sure that I'm always doing. I'm listening to what their goals are, what their needs are, and hearing what they're trying to achieve. We talk about what their plans are a year from now, what their plans are from 10 years from now, whether it be they're getting married, maybe they're in 5 years they're retiring. It could be at both extremes of the levels. So what we're doing is just asking the right questions to make sure that we know what they're doing with their future goals and how that pertains to their mortgage. And we also talk about affordability and what they think they can handle on a monthly basis before we even go in to how much of a mortgage they're going to get. Monthly, what can you afford? What do you have for a down payment? And from there, we just kind of start building a scenario and building a basis as to where to start for looking for a home.
Okay, so once you understand someone's needs and what their situation is, what's next? We talk about
risk tolerance and the actual mortgage itself. We talk about things like, fixed versus variable. A lot of first-time home buyers, I don't always recommend an adjustable rate or a variable rate, but we talk about the differences and where the risks are involved with that type of mortgage, an open mortgage versus a closed mortgage, what a convertible mortgage is, and just talk about the length of time they think that they're going to need that mortgage for. Perhaps they are doing a first mortgage and a second mortgage. Most second mortgages are only good for 1 year typically. So how we manage that, and we talk about the risk tolerance of the mortgage product itself. And then we talk about the different products that are available to them based on their risk tolerance.
All right, so as we both know, there's a lot of options out there in the marketplace. How do you demonstrate to a client what may be the best product for them?
Well, for myself, I'm a very visual person, and I think that for the most part, people can hear what you're saying and they can listen to what you're saying. But when they have hard data, whether it's on a paper or in an email, that they can actually do comparisons to, I think that is where it helps. So that's what I try to do. I try to make sure that we're comparing different things. Like maybe they've already decided that this is all they have for a down payment, and this is what they're going to spend their money on. So we just do different scenarios based on different types of rates, like an adjustable rate versus a fixed rate. Or maybe they have a price range that they're working on, so we do $350, $375, $400. And we chart it out. Maybe their budget is based on a monthly basis, and we try to do different things. So basically, I chart it out for them. We go through the different scenarios and different options that are available to them, and they can see exactly what their monthly payments are going to be, or exactly the amount of interest they're going to be saving by doing that refinance or that consolidation. So for me, I do it visually. I do it through emails and through verbal conversation as well.
Okay, so what exactly is your main responsibility as a mortgage broker?
My main responsibility is to ensure that the mortgage product is suitable for the client and that the client is suitable for the lender that I'm putting him with. It's my responsibility to make sure that I am giving the client enough options that they're empowered to make decisions on their own, and that once we decide on the product that they need, that they can then, or want, then we can then take it to the proper lender that suits them as well.
Okay, so how exactly do you empower them?
Well, for the majority of purchasers, this is the biggest investment they're going to make. So I think that the tools that I provide them and the research that I give them allows them to make those decisions that they need, and I'm ready when they're ready. There's no rush. So if they need to, do some financial planning for the next 3 to 6 months that allows them to get that mortgage another 6 months from there, that's okay with me. I'm always available to allow them to make those calls and ask again to, okay, now we have a little bit more down payment because our parents are giving us some. Can you redo the numbers for us? So it's the tools and the research that I do that I think allows them to make those educated decisions.
Okay, so what is it that you like the most about your job?
You know what, I love my job because it's exciting to see those people so satisfied, whether they're first-time home buyers or they're somebody that I've just consolidated a bunch of debt for them and now they've reduced their monthly payments from $5,000 a month to $2,000 a month. And literally I've just done that recently. So, you know, that's exciting. I like the satisfaction of knowing that I've been able to help somebody, and I think most people like to help, and I definitely like this job for that reason.
Okay, so like us realtors, there is a lot of mortgage people out there now, mortgage brokers and agents. What do you do that is different?
Well, I like to say that I help my clients from beginning to end. You know, there's clients that I've been working with for a year and a half that still aren't quite there yet to get that mortgage. But you know, there's some planning that we've had to do and they'll get there eventually till they don't have a mortgage anymore. I keep my communication lines open all the time. I communicate through them on a regular basis once they've purchased their home to make sure that they know what's happening. Even the seasoned buyer likes that reminder that, you know, it's been 2 weeks, and make sure that when you go to lawyer's office, you need fire insurance. Sometimes things get forgotten, life is busy. Yeah. So, and then afterwards I follow up to make sure that the mortgage payment's been taken out of their account properly. I follow up every year to ensure that, you know, they're keeping in check with their mortgage and an annual mortgage checkup. So for me, it's communication. And as an industry in whole, I can't talk that everybody doesn't do that, but that's how I feel that I differentiate myself from everybody.
All right, so what are your goals?
My goals as a mortgage broker, honestly, are to make sure and ensure that my clients are making informed decisions. I don't want them just to be comfortable with their mortgage. I want them to be comfortable with me. And the more that they trust me, the more information that they'll provide to me, and the more people that they'll talk about me to, and that makes my job easier.
All right, so what do you pride yourself on as a mortgage broker?
Well, my motto is it's about just more than just mortgages, and it really is. You know, it's about their life, it's about what they're doing with their family in the future, as I mentioned before. And I really want people to ensure that they know what they're doing when they go ahead and they don't have any more questions, or if they do, they know they can come to me and have them answered for them.
All right, Tracey, great stuff. I want to thank you for coming on today's show and hope to see you again sometime down the road.
Thank you, Joe. It's always a pleasure.
So if anybody's looking for any more information on mortgage financing or needs the help of a top mortgage broker, get in contact with Tracey Brock of Dominion Lending Centers. I'm Joe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.